Hi, welcome to another video of car stories. I'm doing this after a while. Today I'm going to cover one of the car accessories which is getting popular in the market, which is the tire inflator for the car. So I'm going to cover how the tire inflator is typically used, why it's useful, and some of the options around it with a demo. This is in the first part of the video. Second part of the video, I'm going to cover specific to Honda City, which doesn't come with a tire pressure monitoring system, but with a tire deflation alert warning system. And a lot of people who buy this car then try to buy the TPMS separately. So I will quickly run through the scenario here. It's not actually necessary. If you have a tire deflation alert system and you spend a little extra couple of $1,000 on buying a tire inflator, then you're all set. You really shouldn't waste money on buying a off market TPMS either through other partners or even from Honda. So let's see how you can use the tire inflator. Firstly, let's look at where and how you can store it. See, the way you want to do it is that it should be with you and not in your way. And the easiest way to do it, as I will clearly show you here, is just keep it under this carpet in your car, and near the spare wheel you can just keep this small bag, and this will help you have it with you and yet not stand in the way. It's a very small bag, as you can see. So this is the small bag. This particular one is a Tusa. That's the name of the company. There are many other companies, and I am not here to promote any specific company. So I am just going to show you what's the typical size of this. It's extremely small, as you can see. It just easily fits into this bag, and just to give you an idea, it's really very small. It just so easily fits in, and it's about just a kg. Inflator basically consists of two cables. This cable basically connects to the tire when you want to put air into it or check the air into it. The other cable basically goes into your 12-volt socket of the car, so that you can operate it. The thing to note here in this is that this particular process, you have to follow some discipline. It's very easy to use and you can easily lift it in your hand, but I'm going to show you some basics here. First of all, you should use it only after you start the car. So if it's an automatic, make sure the car is in park mode. If it's of course manual, then you put your handbrakes up and put in neutral and start. Don't connect this to your car before starting the engine. So we'll start the engine now. Okay, so we started the engine. So we are now going to now that the engine has started, I will connect this to using this 12-volt socket. First thing to note is that this one stays on the ground, and you should try and keep it very close to the car, because this particular cable is not big, but the power cable is very long, so that gives you some flexibility. So let's see how to go about it. So the moment I connect the cable, I will get a display, LED display here which says 0, because obviously I have not connected it to the wheel. So now if I want to connect it to the wheel, of course I have to remove this. Then I have to take this nozzle, and what you do is you kind of move this up like this, so that it's easy to put it in the car. And if you notice, now I have connected it. The moment I connect it, it shows me that my current tire pressure is 29.5. The rating for this car is 30. So for whatever reason, let's say I want to raise it to 30, or I want to make it 31, then all I have to do is press this point to raised it to 32 for some reason. Sorry, it's at 29. 29.5. It's changed it to 32, but I want to make it 31, so I make it 31. It's blinking, and now let it blink, and now stop blinking. So it's set to 30, but current is 29.5. Now all I have to do is to press this button. Okay, it will start filling the air, and it reaches 30 now. It will go a little above 30. So as you can see, the pressure is now stabilized at 31, which is what I set it out to. That's the way it kind of works. You will also notice there is a little bit of a LED button here, which you can use in the night if you need to. In the day of cell phone torches, I think this is unnecessary. So you can see I am now connected it to the front tire. The normal pressure should be 32. As per this, it is now currently showing 31. So I probably am going to just raise it a little higher to 33 instead of 32. So I keep pressing it. Sorry, it went up to 32.5. It's gone to 33. Now I will let it stop blinking. Now this is the current pressure. So I press this button. It rises up 31.5, 32. It'll just kind of show 34, but actually it's set to 33. This is a little quirk in the way. So it'll, if you notice, it's now dropping because it's trying to get the actual pressure in the tire right. If I, now that I have stopped it, if I just remove this thing out and then put it back in just to check the pressure again. So it shows the pressure now is 33.5. It's not always very accurate. It will have a little difference of 0.5 here and there, and one's got to just live with it. But it sort of puts it in the ballpark. Okay, now let's take a quick summary of what we just did. So what this tire pressure inflator system is doing is that if I'm driving a car and let's say I have a regular TPMS system, what is this TPMS system doing? It's telling me what my pressure on each of the 4 tires is, which is a good information to have, but what do you do with the information? So if there is a deflation, the TPMS system will show you that one of the tires is losing air. You still can't do much because you still have to take the car to some place. What this inflator does is it helps you now to fill the air, which is really a corrective action to such a situation. And this becomes very handy even when you have a flat, because ultimately at the end of the day you can still fill air in a tubeless flat tire and drive another 50, 60, 70 kilometers to the nearest place where you can get it fixed. This is very critical so you don't get stuck in the middle of nowhere, and that's really the reason why this Tyre Inflator is does things which your TPMS and other stuff can't do. Now coming specifically to the Honda City part, where it has only a tire deflation alert system. See, what happens is if you are a reasonably disciplined car user, what you will do is that depending on your usage, every week, once in 2 weeks or once a month, whatever your frequencies, you will check using this inflator what your tire pressure is, and if it's a little low, which it will be after a few period of time, you will fill the air. So you will always know that your tires are proper. Now if you're driving and at that time you have a flat, your deflation alert system will tell you that you have a deflation alert system. And when you know that you have a deflation system, you stop your car and you do this checking with your inflator, and in whichever tire there is a problem, you fill the air and you move on. So You don't actually need a TPMS if you have a tire inflator. This tire inflator which I just gave a demo was costed me 2,500 odd bucks on Amazon. Some of the tire inflators that you will get will be battery operated, which means you have to charge them through a USB port, and then you don't have to, start your car engine to draw power. You can just directly use them. So there are both advantages and disadvantages. The battery operated ones will firstly not work well if you have a problem with more than 2 or 3 tires. And in which case, it basically won't run more than a few minutes, and so it will, again, you have to sit and charge for 2 hours, so it becomes difficult to use it on those circumstances. The other is that you have to remember to charge it. So if you're just carrying it and it's not charged, and then now you have a flat, then again you have to sit and charge. So it becomes an operational problem in most cases. Whereas the one that I demonstrated is directly connected to the car engine. So anyway, you are in the car when you're filling air. So it's easier to just start the car, plug it in, and fill all your tires. The only constraint is that if you run it for more than, let's say, 8 minutes, the advice is that you need to stop because it overheats, and then you need to probably stop for 15-20 minutes before it restart. In a normal scenario which I just showed, where I had to fill all 4 tires, in a normal usage where my tire pressure will fall by 2 or 3 units at worst, this is fine, because to raise up the pressure by 3 psi, it takes close to 30 seconds. So I can fill all 4 tires in a 2-minute run. So it's absolutely no big deal. And in case there is one tire which is flat and I need to still, let's say, pump it up by 10 or 12 or 15 psi, then it will may take 4 or 5 minutes and it is still fine. So this really works well. And I would highly recommend that people keep one in their car. Thanks, and hope this was useful.